And NASA named newly discovered asteroid after the Egyptian scientist Farouk Al-Baz. To details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived in New York on Saturday to participate in the meetings of the 74th round of the UN General Assembly. The head of the state is due to address the gathering representing Egypt's visions regarding a number of regional, continental and international files. Here are more details.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived in New York, starting an official visit to the United States to take part in the 74th round of the UN General Assembly. During his visit, President el-Sisi is to hold a series of summit talks with a number of heads of states and governments participating in the UNGA meetings in New York. President el-Sisi is to deliver Egypt's statement before the general session of the UN General Assembly. In his speech, the head of state is to tackle Egypt's vision and its stances regarding the regional and international developments on the international political scene, notably in the fields of preserving global peace and stability, as well as combating international terrorism and extremist ideologies. The speech is also to tackle a number of economic, social, and development issues, as well as the causes of the African continent in the light of President el-Sisi's chairmanship of the African Union. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the head of state is to participate in a number of high-level sessions that would be held during the 74th round of the UN General Assembly, with the participation of world leaders tackling a number of causes and current challenges that face the international community. As for the Egyptian-US ties, Radi noted that the visit of President el-Sisi to New York would witness intensive activities holding a number of extended meetings with leading US figures as well as the leading figures of the American companies and economic organizations. Meanwhile, members of the Egyptian community in the United States organized a rally to welcome President el-Sisi and to express their support for Egypt and for its leadership and to express their appreciation for the president's efforts in the field of development.
In an exclusive interview with Egypt News, Egypt's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Mohammed Idris, said that African and regional issues top President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's agenda in the 74th round of the United Nations General Assembly. Idris added that the meetings are a great chance to review Egypt's achievements and economic reform gains. In another interview to Egypt News, United Nations Secretary General spokesman Stephen Dujarric hailed Egypt's role in serving the African continent causes. Dujarric said that Egypt is adopting an ambitious plan in a bid to achieve development in the continent. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's first participation in the United Nations General Assembly Summit was in 2014. For 5 consecutive times, the head of the state addressed the world leaders representing Egypt's visions. Here is a quick look.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi participated for the 6th time in the UNGA since he assumed office in June 2014. Egypt's foreign policies have witnessed significant developments seen in the global and regional arenas. Egypt is a key player in fighting terrorism globally and boosting peace through its 30,000 soldiers' participation in UN peacekeeping missions, along with Egypt's efforts to solve Syrian, Palestinian, Yemeni and Libyan crises. In the war against terrorism, the UN Security Council adopted a draft resolution on terrorism that was drafted by Egypt. President el-Sisi's participation in the 69th, 70th, 71st, 72nd and 73rd sessions of the UNGA highlighted Egyptian foreign diplomacy through his speeches before UNGA leaders and participants. The agenda of the 73rd session of the General Assembly's meeting focused on development issues, preserving international security, fighting terrorism, and human rights. Egypt participated in the sessions in the presence of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, carrying on an agenda full of important international, regional, and national issues. The President explained Egypt's achievements in fighting terrorism, results of the comprehensive Operation Sinai 2018, and Egypt's vision of developments in the Middle East, especially in Palestine, Syria, and Libya. The Middle East issues came on top of Egypt's priorities, including the Palestinian cause, the Syrian crisis, situation in Libya and Yemen, combating terrorism, development in Africa, respect of international law and the protection of human rights, as well as the topics of peacekeeping and peace building. Meanwhile, the various leaders and presidents was also on President Sisi's agenda during his participation in the 73rd UNGA, as he discussed means of enhancing the bilateral relations between Egypt and these countries at various levels and in different fields. The head of state also discussed the developments of regional and international issues. The 74th session of UNGA are scheduled to be run from 17th to 30th of September. In a statement on its website, UNGA said the presidency of the 74th session was zoned to Africa in full respect of the established principle of geographical rotation, among other reasons. The current president, Maria Fernanda Espinosa, who is the foreign minister of Ecuador, was elected on June 5th and assumed duty on September 18, 2018. Thus, she will step aside on September 17th as the UNGA presidency runs on a one-year tenure.
Earlier, Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri arrived in New York to prepare for the participation of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the 74th round of the UN General Assembly high-level meetings. The first day of the high-level general debate will start on September 24th. President al-Sisi will be among the first heads of states to address the session. Foreign Ministry spokesman Ahmed Hafiz said that the Egyptian participation in the UN General Assembly round reflects the country's pivotal role in the UN bodies, along with its regional role in all relevant issues. The Committee of Political Parties, Youth and Politicians released a statement on Saturday saying they followed with the utmost concern what happened on Friday, whether on the ground or what was circulated on social media. The statement stressed that the Egyptian people proved their full awareness of the mean ways used by the terrorist media to forge reality. They added that freedom of expression is a constitutional right for every citizen, yet the Egyptians should carefully stop the devilish forces and prevent them from using freedom of speech as a tool to destroy the nation's stability. The statement added that the committee, as a youth entity for political parties, which include all political sects, underscores the importance of defending Egypt against any destructive plans or false rumors, to resume political development process and to listen to all peaceful views within full respect of law and constitution, far from realizing terrorist groups' goals. In another statement, the Egyptian Parties Coalition called upon the Egyptian people to play its usual national patriotic role to defend its security and stability against suspected calls launched by the terrorist group. The parties tackled in their statement the latest achievements realized by the state in all fields, notably building new cities, developing the infrastructure, promoting the healthcare service and modernizing the educational system. The statement was signed by 43 political parties. Saudi Arabia's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs